Welcome to So You Think You Can Homeschool. This is day number 15. Now, you might be saying, like, wait. Two dropped today. Yes, two videos did drop today simply because yesterday I was unable to go live. And so I was making sure you guys received all of the information for this amazing 21-day series. So I did a double today. All right. Welcome to So You Think You Can Homeschool, a 21-day journey to help parents just like you confidently get their children to read, empowering you to thrive as a home educator. A little bit about myself. My name is Aja McNair. I'm an educational consultant. I've been a kindergarten through fifth grade curriculum specialist. I have over 15 years in education, all things reading. I have been there and done that. My mission is to empower you to confidently nurture the next generation, both academically and spiritually, so that you can become all that God has for you to be. And then encourage the next generation to do the same. Now, with this 21-day journey, there is a free workbook that comes along with it. And so you can grab that workbook at everythingaja.com/homeschool. And in this free workbook, it goes over what is homeschooling, what are some of the challenges with homeschooling, what are some of the benefits, what are some of the formats. Everything you need to know about homeschooling is in that workbook. It also is editable. So for each of the days, for example, this is day number 15, you'll be able to type your notes directly. And so that all of your notes are in one place. So make sure you grab your notebooks. Also down below in the description is how you can grab them as well. All right, so day number 15, we are talking about overcoming fear and building confidence, especially when it comes to our children and reading. More specifically, I'm going to address that doubt that sometimes comes in our minds as parents. What if I fail my child? None of us want to start something new and fail. In fact, none of us in society want to start anything and fail, let alone our child failing because of us, right? It's a lot of times a parent's worst nightmare, and the thing that will a lot of times hold us back from even starting. One thing I can pray and hope is that throughout this series, you have at least gotten warmed up to the idea of beginning your homeschool journey. I pray that you have gotten some confidence, you've gotten the tips, some strategies, things that can allow you to just begin, right? Understand that courage doesn't mean you don't feel the fear. It just means that you move forward despite of the fear that you may feel. So understanding that what we're doing, we are moving forward. Just go ahead and comment down below in the chat box. I'm moving forward no matter what kind of fear is in my way, in my path. I'm allowing God to move me forward. And as you move forward, right, we're not saying that the spirit of fear is just going to completely wipe away, especially when you're doing something new. It naturally comes with that. But it is okay to feel uncertain. It's okay to not feel 100% confident in something. You're doing something new. In any and everything, this is called a learning curve, okay? So feel the uncertainty of being uncertain, right? Feel the learning curve. Be okay with the learning curve. Every parent worries enough about everything, right? And so every parent worries, right? You're no different than any other parent doing this homeschool thing, and reading is just like everything else. Okay. So know that you are not alone on this journey. Okay. I need us to fully understand that. All right. So let's talk about mistakes, because ultimately, right, that's the thing that we are naturally kind of scared of. Like, we don't want to make mistakes with our children. And so note that even with mistakes, right, failure isn't final. Imagine, life having an eraser, right? Just because you may have made a mistake in your homeschooling journey with your child doesn't mean they're destined to failure. It doesn't mean they're destined to have this horrible life, or anything like that. They're missteps, right? Mistakes are just opportunities to learn and adjust. And so this is your eraser, right? This is part of growth. So mistakes are part of growth. If you're let's say you're doing a reading strategy and it's just not working with your child, pivot to a phonics game or a storybook that your child loves, right? The goal here is to teach them the skill. Okay. Like so oftentimes we become like our own worst enemies. And we're the people that stand in our own way. And so if something's not working, we think it's us. We think we gotta give up. It's the end. But a lot of times we just have to adjust. We just have to quickly pivot. And so I want you to think like if you're in the middle of a lesson, your baby is just not getting it, switch it up, right? Switch it up. Teach the same skill, but only do so with a game or a storybook, right? And then celebrate the small wins. So if they're doing something like recognizing a single letter, sound, or just reading one word correctly, celebrate that win. One that helps you and it helps them, but it also helps you go along this journey, understanding. Yeah, there might be some mistakes, but there's also a lot of growth still happening. There's also still a lot of moments in which progress is being made. Okay. So I want to give you a formula. Love plus commitment equals success. Love plus commitment equals success. You know your child better than anybody else. Better than anybody else. So your love and dedication makes you uniquely qualified in order to teach them. Learning to read together just creates a bond and it builds trust. And so I want you to remember that formula. Even in those weary times when you're worried about failing your child, love plus commitment equals success. And so if you're wanting the success for your child, then remember, okay, I need to go back to the love I have for them and the commitment to homeschooling. Because it's that commitment and your love that is going to allow you not to give up. So don't worry about failing them. Don't worry about the obstacles, right? If you just double down on the love that you have for them and the commitment to show up every day, no matter if you've made a mistake, the commitment to show up every day, no matter if you feel like you're inadequate and don't know what you're doing, the commitment to show up every day will lead you into success. So when it comes to reading, right? When it comes to reading, I need you to remember I need to go forward. Okay? If a book is too hard, try a simpler one or just read or just do a read aloud, right? Like, okay, this isn't working, let me adjust, right? If something's too hard, something is not working, let me adjust. So if a book is too hard, just try a simpler one, or you could just simply read the book out loud together. Just remember to stay positive. Always keep them encouraged. If they feel like a failure, then they'll exemplify that behavior. So whatever energy they're kind of taking in is the same energy they're going to be giving out. So if you're remaining positive, then they'll start to remain positive. And then take learning breaks. Hello, brain breaks are a girl's best friend. Learning is a marathon. It's a long game. It is not a sprint. Okay, it is not a sprint. And so each and every day I've been giving you like one takeaway, something that you can immediately begin to implement. I want you to write a short note to yourself. I want you to write in this note why you're capable and what you love about teaching your child. I need you to also include in that note one recent win, no matter how small it is. So, for example, I taught my child the sound today and they recognized it in a story. Okay. Like, I don't want you to just take this for granted. Write that note. And then I want you to actually self address it to yourself in an envelope. And I need you to mail that thing. Okay. Um, a lot of times I would say like you can post mail it, like post date it or so forth. But I need you to mail it back to you. So if you're mailing it back to you, a lot of times you'll get it within a week, or you can give it to someone else and say, hey, can you mail this to me in 6 months, or can you mail this to me on my birthday? I need to remember this, but I need you to mail it, right? Because not only do you know your child the best, and not only does that make you qualified to teach a child, but it also makes you the most qualified to give yourself confidence. Come on now, this thing is not easy that you're doing, right? This journey is not easy. Homeschooling your child is not easy. And so understand that you are the best person to encourage yourself. So make sure you write the letter. Remember that you're not alone, right? You have a community of people, especially right here at Everything Aja, who are also on this same exact journey along with you. All homeschooling parents face some kind of fear in some capacity. Progress happens over time. Remember, love plus Commitment equals success. It's not about perfection. Perfection is not a part of that equation, right? It's the love you have for your child and your commitment. Remember that your dedication is already making a difference. Your dedication to teaching your child is already making a difference. And so going back to that equation, love plus commitment equals success. And so if we want our children to succeed, we constantly have to go back to that equation. Remember that you just have to trust the process, right? It's not an overnight thing. And celebrate every milestone, no matter how small, along the way. And so I want to invite you to the 3 secrets of teaching reading with ease. We're going to kick off this next year, streamlining all of our reading instruction for our children and all components of reading. You can simply sign up for the workshop at everythingaja.com/teach-reading. I cannot wait to hold your hand through this homeschooling journey and be able to walk with you even further as you teach your child. Remember, you have everything you need. Make sure you write that letter to yourself. Come on now. Make sure you write that letter to yourself. And I cannot wait to hear just how amazing your journey has been. See you same time, same place tomorrow.